Welcome back on Dynamod. Today I want to propose you a video about
the unboxing and review about the number 29 of the series of the Warhammer Conquest, released in the combination by the Hachette and Games Workshop. This is a really quite interesting number, and I want to remember one couple of things. You'll have some problems ordering it and making a subscription from the site of the Hachette. So eventually think about going to your new sergeant and asking him or her to bring you this. Remember that you have to wait the next week that has been released the number so that it can order it, and then you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to gain this number that you order. So pay attention to such detail. Obviously, if your news agent is able to order and receive, as it is usually the programming of the releasing about the Warhammer Conquest, better. But there are some problems about the distribution, so pay attention to such detail. Another thing that I like about this is the miniature, but I don't like is that there is no protection that separates the miniatures themselves from the booklet, as you can see. So eventually think about it if you order it, because it can ruin the page. So okay, it's the front page, it's not something problematic, but if you are paranoid about it, you have to take note about this. Eventually, okay, think, but simply I suggest you not to put such effort about it, because it's a cheap way, but it's a convenient way, because it's really quite amazing the contents inside it. So eventually think and remember about. So now we can open it and see the contents inside. So here we have the bases that are 2 of 41, because we had the base for the captain, the base for this inceptor, and the 2 for the sergeants of the intercessors and the air blaster. So they are really good. At least these ones has been put in such boxes, so at least they are quite comfortable to take. But anyway, then we put this away and we see the contents inside for the miniatures themselves and see how they are. And about the miniatures, we can find that they are really quite interesting one. This is the sergeant that we can find, and we can find it from nothing, because there is almost the same than the other ones. So it's like the easy to build ones, and I think that it's quite interesting. One suggestion, but I'll bring you a video about how to build. Remember that there is a way to build these ones in a really fast way. This one, we can find that the blaster, the sergeant one, it's almost like the usual one. Eventually you can cut the part about this, but I suggest you not to do, because in this case you can do and I've done, but it's simply a lot of effort and it's not so good. There are other models that you can do such thing eventually, and I think that it's better. About the intercessor one, we can find that it's this one, and it's a way that you can modify quite easily. So usually in, for example, in the previous number, in the first number of the releasing, the intercessor had the helmet on the other side, so you can also create variable using different models and so on to create such sergeants and so on. Anyway, they are really quite nice models. And here we have the captain that I really like with this Gravis Armour, and this model is this one. So you can really easily see how it's done. If you want, I bring also how to monetize this one, but it's really quite simple to do. And about this painting, you can find in the description how I realize this painting. So eventually you can use it as a referring for your miniatures or so on eventually. But it's up to you decide if it's worth. Obviously here you can perfect with design and so on, but it's something that I use a lot to play with, and so I decided not to make too many details and so on, because it risks to be ruined. But soon I'll upgrade a bit the painting to have a better usage of its volume, because I really love this model. So we can put this. So we can put this aside and see the contents inside the booklet itself. As usual, in the front page we can see the models that are inside, so it's really quite interesting in this case. So we can flip, here we can find the contents, here we can find the background about the Space Marines captains, so it's really quite interesting in such a way, with some example of the different ways that you can personalize them. Here we can find about the Space Marine, a bit of background about the chapters, so we can find a lot of things related about the background of the Space Marines. Okay, also of the Ultramarines, but of the Space Marines generally talking. So we can find a lot of description about the company of Space Marine. Here we can find some other background about the battles of the Space Marines themselves. Here we can find some background about the troops of the Nargol ones, so the Black Pages, that are the demons. So you can find their opponents eventually. It's quite interesting about the background. I like a lot the background of Nargol. Here we can find how to build, so how to study eventually to build and modify and so on the minions that you have in this booklet, in this release of this issue. So you can study quite a lot these parts and understand which one are better to monetize and how to monetize. But anyway, if you want, I'll bring you videos about here how to paint them, and it's a way. Sincerely, I don't like the way that they paint the heads, the faces, but okay, they simply used a color that I don't like that they use, but it's up to you. Sincerely, I prefer maybe to mix other colors to obtain something, because I don't like as it is done this type of head. But the results are perfect because they are really great. Obviously, we are talking about Ultramarines. About the Blood Angels, I have a video about, so eventually you can use the ones that you're interested. Here we have about the mission that you can play with this, so other rules that you can use. So we have other ways, another battle plan to use for your ones. Here we have the rules about the Captain in Gravis Armour, so it's quite interesting. And here we have an image that it's really quite nice. I think that as background can be a really quite amazing one. You can cut this part and it's perfect, really amazing. Usually this part about the final part that you can cut and use as background eventually also. And here the next releasing. About this I'll not buy them, because as I said in the previous number, for the previous number that has this, I think that it's not worth for me to buy this, but it's not bad at all. About this, I suggest you to think, because if you go to see the cost of money of these things, you save a lot of money. So it's interesting. I'm not interested in this, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's really good, because you have this, the brush, and two colors. So it's a way to save money if you're interested in this. I'm not interested in this, so I'll not buy it, but it's my way. Eventually you can also buy because you are interested, or the background or the booklet, or simply everything. It's up to you. This number anyway, I think that it's really great, and I suggest you to think about buying. There is an option. If you're interested, you can, if you are able, to buy the set box of the Dark Imperium, and with that, if you make with a bit of discount, you make a half with another person, you save even more money. But if you are not able to do such a thing, buying these Warhammer Conquest issues can save anyway you a lot of money, having the same models that otherwise will cost you much more. So think and plan which one is the better way for you to have the models that you're interested with. It's up to you decide, because maybe you want some specific model that you can't find, or you can't find someone to make half and half, some set box and so on. So it's better to buy this one and save a lot of money anyway. So pay attention to the ones that you are interested about, and make your own sums and decide which one is better for you to choose as option, but it's up to you. So from Dino Mode, it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video, or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again. To the next time.